The question that we are going to challenge is where the future growth is. Is it mobile? Is it drone delivery? Would it be anything new out of the box? So the company that is going to be presented here by its CMO is connecting 22 shoppers and retailers in 23 countries. Company is Fruugo, and please welcome Glen Richardson, Fruugo CMO. Glen, welcome on stage. Good having you here.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I believe the future is global, and so do the rest of everyone here at Fruugo. And Fruugo is a global company with a global website. We're actually available, as Plowman said, we're available in 23 countries. So as soon as the clicker works, we can go to the next slide. So Fruugo is available in 23 countries, as I said before. And what we're actually doing is we're allowing people to discover products from all around the world. There we have it. Next slide. And if you're a shopper, as Plowman asked you the question, have you shopped online, then Fruugo is a great place to discover new brands and new products right across the globe. But today I'm actually going to tell you a story, and a story about growth, because Fruugo is growing at a great, phenomenal rate of nearly 300% year on year. And I want to share with you some of the secrets behind what we have actually done to achieve this for 2 years running consecutively. Okay, so I'm actually going to tell you 3 stories. I'm going to tell you a story about what we thought shoppers wanted, about what shoppers thought they wanted, and actually how they behaved. So 3 stories. Let's have a quick look at the first story. So Fruugo thought that shoppers actually wanted to behave like this here. You may not be able to see it, but let me read this to you. So we thought that shoppers wanted social commerce. So what does social commerce mean? It means shopping online, but socially. So it means interacting with other shoppers, perhaps having people follow you or following them, or actually finding out about the trends that other people are enjoying right now. World-class real-time delivery. That's what we thought they wanted, like GPS tracking to see exactly where your parcel is. Fully curated. So every product on there is chosen by somebody, and there's a category manager that's driving it forward. Unique editorial. So we thought that shoppers wanted editorial from around the world, from people that love products and brands. Product comparison, best prices, product recommendations. It's like a big shopping list, isn't it? Shopper reviews, social pulse of what shoppers bought, and product videos, and all the payment methods that you could possibly think of. So that's exactly what we thought the shoppers wanted, and that was our best guess. So it kind of looks like this. Now, you may have seen this before. This is just a funnel, a shopper funnel. This is actually the entire purchasing process, all the way from product discovery and researching your product, all the way down to the transaction. So inspiration and discovery, information, comparison, and the transaction itself. And these 2 guys, Risto Salasma and Jorma Ollier, are actually 2 of the main investors of Fruugo. And both of them are high profile, big companies, Nokia and Shell. And between them, they invested tens of millions of euros into building the platform to actually deliver what we thought the shoppers wanted. And as you can see here, we built the office, the company grew, they had hundreds of people working for them, engineers, the best people from around the world. So, this is actually what shoppers thought they wanted. So this is what shoppers were telling us they thought they wanted. They thought they wanted cheap prices, free delivery, exclusive products, a social platform, shop by retailer, European marketplace, personal shoppers, loyalty program, GPS tracking, bespoke customer service, safe checkout, and try before you buy. So these were all the things that shoppers were telling us that they wanted from a global marketplace. So if I was to ask you this question, this car behind me, do you think it looks good? Does it look like a well-designed product? I mean, does it look sexy? Well, let me just quickly change the image and ask you the same question. Is this a well-designed product? Do you think it goes fast? Do you think this is a sexy product? Now, what was interesting, actually, there was a study by Smith & Engel, and what Smith & Engel did is they actually split 2 groups of people, both men, and actually asked this group of people with a picture of a car without a woman, what do you think of this car? And they did the same thing with the other group of people. What do you think of this car? And would you believe it? The group of people that actually looked at the picture of the car with a woman said that it was fast, it looked great, it was a well-designed product, and all the rest of the other things that go with that. Now, when they were challenged and actually said, did you know we actually asked another group of people and said to them, asked them the same question, and they actually didn't give the same kind of enthusiastic response to this car. These guys denied it. They said, there is no way that that image of that woman has affected my decision about that car. Isn't it amazing? Unconscious behavior. And in fact, Henry Ford said, and I'm sure that this has been quoted many times, that if I'd listened to my customers, I would have built them faster horses. So sometimes customers behave in a way that they don't even expect. Yeah? I'm going to give you an example.
Do whatever you want. Oh man. Yeah. These are also not just Irish from, these are very Irish mammy phrases.
Do whatever you want means no, don't do whatever you want, but if you're gonna go there, I might have to hurt you.
Usually means if you do it, tomorrow's going to be a horrible day for you.
I'm gonna go out with the guys on our anniversary. Is that okay with you? Yeah, sure. Do whatever you want.
And if you don't do whatever that person wants, you are in big trouble.
I'll be ready in a minute. We're not going out tonight.
I have no idea when I'm gonna be ready, and be cool with it. Stop asking me questions.
A minute is a very kind of flexible word in Ireland.
On a good day, 15. If he really loves you, maybe 35.
It depends, obviously, on the person, but like, you know, because I know some men that would also be like that.
Oh yeah, I think he'd actually be ready in a minute, because what do they have to do? They have to get, what's it, keys, wallet, do this with your hair.
I feel that's true for both genders. People say, I'll be ready in a minute. It's kind of more attributed to women.
Margaret Mead said this, well, the world's most famous anthropologist. She said, what people say, what people do, and what they say they do are entirely different things. I mean, she would know. She's the world's most famous expert on behavior. So let's find out exactly how shoppers behaved on Fruugo when we launched the product. And we launched the product in 2009 after working up from 2006. So this is actually what we experienced with the products and how they actually behaved. They cared about products that were available, trending in other countries, translated, priced in their currency, VAT calculated for them, and a local customer service. Really surprised us, actually. All the features that we spent a lot of money and hard work on weren't the features they were using. So what did we do? We realized that design and experience are two entirely different things. You can design something for somebody to use it in a particular way, but actually what will end up happening is they'll use it exactly how they want to use it. So what we did is we zoomed into this one thing and we pivoted. And the thing that we learned from people using the product was actually they wanted to transact. So go back to the funnel. The funnel here is the transactional part right at the bottom. That's the part they cared about the most, is actually making their purchase. We wanted to build a global marketplace for shoppers to buy products, and the part of it that we didn't really concentrate on the most was actually them buying the product. We thought that they cared about everything before it, but actually the part that they really cared about was the bit at the end. Because if you want to buy something cross-border and a product in another country, another brand, it's really difficult. It's really difficult because it's priced in a completely different currency, different language, all of the barriers that you could possibly imagine with cross-border. So we looked at our checkout, and we realized that our checkout was really convoluted. 3 steps. Can you believe it? 3 steps. We had an address page, we had a select the method page, and we had the payment details page. So what did we do? We just consolidate it down into one simple process. And in fact, we even got rid of the guest checkout. The guest checkout is actually, if the email address exists in the database, we'll ask you to log in. And if you're not in our database, you haven't purchased from us before, then you're a guest. Simple. So there's a lot of things that we did in the whole checkout process to simplify it, because we concentrated on that one thing. And what happened was, conversion went up 73%, revenue went up 300%, and abandonment rate went down by 34%. Remarkable statistics, just by concentrating on the thing that we were observing through our analytics and talking to our customers that were actually buying from us. So we just got rid of the rest. We got rid of the social platform. We got rid of all the things that we actually thought the shoppers cared about the most, and we now concentrate on the one thing that they do care about. And as a result of doing this, we now have great positive reviews from customers, and we actually use that on the site and display it so that new shoppers can see what people really think about Fruugo. And another thing that we did, and we didn't realize at the beginning that was really important, is that actually, until you come to the realization of this, The internet is actually just a bunch of cables that live underneath the sea. Look at it. That's a map. This is a map of the whole world with just the internet connections, just the cables that connect everybody. Now, this is actually from Akamai, our CDN provider, and they say that 49% of people expect a page to load in 2 seconds or less. And in fact, 18% expect instant page load, for the page to load instantly. So you would think is this the type of thing you should be thinking about as an e-commerce business? But actually, we realized as a global business wanting to be a cross-border platform that we had to care about how fast the internet connection was to our website. So the next step for Fruugo was actually to think about driving traffic. Yeah, driving traffic. So these are our traffic partners. Google Shopping's a big one. Then we've got myshopping.com.au in Australia and many others, as you can see behind us. But what do we actually need to drive traffic? We need money. So even though we raised about 40 million euros, yes, 40 million euros to build the platform that we pretty much discarded a lot of it. What did we need to do? We actually needed investment. So we went out to get some investment, a small round of funding of 1.4 million. And those of you that are familiar with the chap called Lord Stuart Rose, he was the boss of Marks and Spencer's. So he invested in Fruugo. He believes in cross-border. Now, the thing about Fruugo, and something that we had to admit to ourselves, is that if you look at the graph behind me, this is called the diffusion of innovations. And actually, the diffusion of innovation shows something very interesting indeed. It actually shows that you have your innovators at the beginning that adopt a product, and at the other end you have your laggards, and they're the people that only adopt something when everyone else has adopted it. And actually, we had to admit to ourselves that we needed to attract the innovators. And I read this book called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, and he said that early adopters are suspicious of something that's too polished. If it's ready for everyone to adopt, how much advantage can one get by being early? And I realized that innovators don't like things that are too polished and too rounded and too perfect. So yes, we do want our website to be as good as possible, but there are areas of it that need improvement. Because actually, we've realized that a lot of our customers are the early customers that are coming through our platform. And actually, how much advantage can they get by being early if it looks too ready for everyone? And one of the things that we realized is that the checkout needs to go unnoticed, because checkouts are like football referees. The best go unnoticed. So if somebody notices your checkout, then it's a bad checkout. The best checkouts are the ones you completely forgot about. So, what about the future for Fruugo? Because we've looked at what we thought the shoppers wanted, and what shoppers thought they wanted, and how shoppers actually behaved on the site. Now it's time for the future of Fruugo. So let me just talk you through some of the things that we're going to do. One thing that we've just done is we've accepted Google Shopping feeds so that people that sell on Google Shopping can give us a feed exactly the same and be listed on Fruugo. Again, low friction. We work with these platforms, e-commerce platforms, so that retailers can onboard our marketplace through these platforms by simply flicking a switch that says, yes, I'll list on Fruugo. So again, low friction. We're also launching in more countries. We're about to be in 34 countries, including India and China, Japan, UAE, Egypt, Kuwait. So actually, one of the challenges of doing that is the product page. Because actually, if you want to put it into Arabic, you need to flip the thing around. So in January, this is exactly what our Arabic site will look like. It will be effectively a mirror image of the English site. And of course, there was the languages and more currencies. And that's it. That's the story. So we've grown 300% year on year now. All we did is focus on the transactional part. And we really listened to our customers. And our customers are evolving. And if you look back on the diffusion of innovation, at different stages throughout your business, customers are completely different. And I actually believe now we're into the early adopters, if not the early majority. So the site does need to be slightly more polished. The offering does need to be slightly different because the customer has changed. Because at the beginning, the customers were innovators, and now we have more solid customers coming through that kind of a little bit more skeptical about our platform. So I encourage you all to have a look at fruugo.com. Go and buy something. Thanks very much for your time, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.